Now back to the breaking story wherein the SABC Board has condemned the leaking of the memorandum. We joined now on the line by Bongumusa Makhathini, who is the chairperson of the board. Mr. Makhathini, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning to viewers and listeners at home.
What is your reaction to the leaking of this memorandum?
This is the battle about the soul of the national public broadcaster. It is very disturbing that such an act is being done because it really compromises the work that these executives have done. And it causes really uncertainty for us, and we condemn it, and it is really unacceptable because it overshadows the great work that these executives have been able to deliver under very difficult circumstances.
So what kind of action will be taken then?
But the first thing I would want really to emphasize is that the board is stable, and we are hard at work doing what is expected of us as the board, and we are fully behind the executive team led by the CEO, Mr. Mohlala-Mulaudzi, and we really commend them for the successes that we've had. I would really want to take South Africans through some of the highlights that we've been able to achieve and record under the leadership of these executives. If you look at the elections in May 2019, national and provincial elections, we were rated the best coverage for the SABC. On the 10th of September, the board approved a turnaround strategy meeting the national treasury preconditions of the 3.2 billion rand. And if you look at, for example, the audit opinion, we've improved from a disclaimer to a qualified audit opinion in 2017-2018. The irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure has been significantly reduced by 65%. The organization has recorded a solid 33% reduction in losses. And when you look at what we've been able to do under really difficult circumstances, we've been able to address internal audit findings. And that just gives you a sense of what this team is capable of and what this board has been able to achieve. So these kind of things that are trying to defocus the board will not deter us from doing what is right, and we are fully behind the executive team for the work they are doing.
Now, in as much as the board has condemned the leaking of this memorandum, will the board then take it upon themselves to investigate these allegations leveled against the group CEO and the CFO?
The first point I just want to stress on that memorandum was never tabled or discussed at the board because it was submitted in the morning just before the meeting commenced. And it contains allegations that are unfounded, baseless. And when you look at what, for example, the CEO is saying, these fall within the operational domain, which means it's what the executive team are tasked with. And of course, people who are aggrieved, whether they are suspended, dismissed, or facing consequence management, they have a right to go to the CMA. They can go to the Labour Court. But to basically send these things out to the media or try to run parallel processes will not work because there's defined processes that need to be followed. Of course, we'll investigate these leaks because they are a problem for us and they worry us because it ends up overshadowing the great work that is being done. But we understand that there's a very clear fight-back strategy by those who are being held to account. A lot has gone wrong at the SABC. And as we drive the renewal and the rehabilitation, there are individuals who are working with certain media houses, of course, to try and destabilize the work that we are doing.
Well, as you say that it undermines the integrity of the board and the board members, I guess my question seeks to establish that, you know, in the spirit of transparency, will the board investigate these two officers?
All the issues of leaks have been discussed at a high level by the board. We will be instituting some processes to try and investigate who is behind these leaks. That will be done. But in terms of asking me what will be done about the CEO and the CFO, the truth of the matter, we've not discussed this thing. And because it has not been discussed, these allegations have not been tested. And then they remain allegations.
All right, Mr. Makhathini, thank you so much for joining us. That was the board of the chairperson of the SABC Board, Bongumusa Makhathini, just responding to the allegations contained in a memorandum that has been authored by two non-executive directors containing some untested allegations against the group CEO and as well as the chief financial officer. And as you can see on your screens right now, this is the funeral